Hello everybody, back again from the dead as usual with another as seen on TV anti-malware product review. Now, you may or may not have seen my previous video where I reviewed something called WinCleaner One-Click Professional, which was simply a registry cleaner similar to CCleaner, except you had to pay about $10 a year for it. Now, this product appears to be much more robust and is much more anti-malware related, and of course costs a lot more. However, it might actually be effective. And of course, you've probably seen the title, so you already know that it is the FixMeStick virus removal device. And really, this video isn't so much of a review and testing to see how effective it is, as much as it is a demonstration. Because we already know it's going to be effective, because this uses the Sophos engine, the Kaspersky engine, and the Viper engine for removal. And what this product essentially is a bootable anti-malware, similar to Kaspersky Rescue Device, which is free, Sophos Offline Antivirus, I believe that's what it's called, which is free, and Viper Rescue, which is free. And this is, of course, as it says, external hardware-based removal. And if we open up the box a little bit, we can see a little animation, or not an animation, but a little diagram showing here's your infected files right there, and then it goes in, and then those are your clean files, and it goes back in. So pretty nice, kind of like an oil filter, similar. So we've got some instructions here on the side. Contains small parts that could present a choking hazard, not intended for children under 3 years of age. And there it is, nice red bright box thing on here. And, of course, as it says on the package, this is 1 year use, unlimited use, on only up to 3 PCs. So this would not be for a repair shop, this would be for a home user. So you will have to justify whether or not this product is worth it for you, but we'll get to that later. First, let's go ahead and try to run FixMeStick and see how it performs. Now, of course, I showed the box, but I forgot to actually open it and look at the contents. Inside the FixMeStick box, you get a little leaflet-sized thing with some instructions that tell you how to run it. These instructions are actually pretty decent. They tell you how to actually boot the flash drive up. And free amazing customer support, which is nice. We got this nice "Do Not Return to the Store" sticker, kind of like an appliance. And here's the actual FixMeStick itself. It's a USB drive. And if we can get it out of here. There it is, the FixMeStick. And I gotta say, this feels much higher quality than WinCleaner, which was just some really cheap plastic. This appears to be some much more expensive plastic with some sort of weight on it. Feels metallic, probably just some sort of simulated metal. Matte black. Kind of a short USB end there. It's a tight fit. So, overall, build quality feels a lot better than WinCleaner. So, now, let's take a look at it on the computer. Alright, we're back on the testing computer, and I originally tried to test FixMeStick with a much more infected PC, and the scan was incredibly slow. To be fair, it did detect everything, however, the removal process was taking upwards of 2 hours, and it's not really necessary for this review because of how effective the Kaspersky, Sophos, and Viper engines are. So anyway, we have a lightly infected computer this time. We have Antivirus Pro 2015 and a really laggy mouse for some reason. Can't really open anything. Can't open Firefox. Can't open Task Manager for very long, and I am pretty sure that there's some other malware running on here. May have run a couple of other things before Antivirus Pro 2015, so let's go ahead and see if the FixMeStick can fix me. Plug her right in. Lights up on the back. Can't really see it, of course, because this is a screen recording. And you're left with this 42.9 megabyte flash drive, or so it appears to be. So we'll go ahead and try to run it. And of course we can't run the run fixmestick.exe, so we have to move on to the bootable section. And we can talk a little bit more about what technically FixMeStick is. As far as I can tell, it has 2 or 3 partitions on it. One of them is that 50 megabyte deal with the Windows executable. I assume the other partition has the Mac executable DMG something or other. And then there's a 2 gigabyte Linux partition, which has, of course, bootable Ubuntu with the scanner. So let's take a look at it. FixMeStick starting. We'll do 64-bit. Load it up. And this is probably the most useful portion of the USB drive, is this Linux portion here. And as you can see, Ubuntu 14.04 LTS. FixMeStick, stick it to viruses. Nice. And because this is Ubuntu, it should have fairly good compatibility with pretty much anything you can run it on. So it did detect my network adapter. Very nice. So it does take a little while to load up. Okay, so as the program starts up, it goes right into a scan and does pretty much everything. It's going to check for our internet connection, update itself, update the malware definitions, and then run a scan. And of course it wants you to register. You don't have to do that right now. You don't have to do it at any point, I don't think. And of course, it's nice enough to tell you that the scan could take between 1 and a few hours and your input is not needed until the very end. This is definitely true. Everything from here is essentially automated. However, I do want to check out some of these other options, like the custom scan. It just lets you select which disk you want to do it on, or I suppose which partition. Undo quarantine pretty much says it all. We'll go back to the scanner. And right now it's going to update the malware definitions. And at this point there's going to be a lot of pausing and unpausing, so go ahead and stop the video for a moment and allow this to finish updating. Okay, so we're back and the scan has just started about a minute ago now. Anyway, scan started. The updates didn't take very long because I had previously updated it before. And thankfully, they designed in a way for the flash drive to save definition updates. And of course, in typical Kaspersky fashion, it took a very long time initially to install those updates. However, now it just installed like a 13 kilobyte update, so not too bad. And right now it is, I assume, scanning the entire computer, and it is detecting everything in my recycle bin, so hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem. I'll probably uncheck all of the detections in the recycle bin because it's just going to take way too long to try to remove that. So this scan will take probably around an hour, maybe an hour and a half, we'll see. So catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, we're back and the FixMeStick has finished scanning. It took an hour, 6 minutes. A previous scan that I did with the same setup was an hour 20, so it just depends on your hardware, how many files are on your hard drive, etc. Anyway, it has detected a lot of things in my recycle bin, so I went ahead and kept pretty much all of this. Removed like 2 of them, I forgot to uncheck. And these are the 2 fake AV things that were detected that were outside of the recycle bin. So we'll go ahead and apply actions, and it will remove those couple of items, hopefully with some speed. Alright, so the removal process has completed, and now it says that all selected threats were removed, and of course there are potential threats still in the computer. So let's go ahead and exit FixMeStick and see if it actually killed that rogue. I'm pretty sure it did, but we're going to boot it up and see anyway. And the computer is shut off. It did not actually reboot it, so we have to actually press the power button. Oh, it's trying to start up again. Whoops. Let's reboot one more time. Okay, so we're booting back into Windows now. Plug the FixMeStick back in because I want to check out the other function of it, the actual Windows scanner, and see how it runs. So we're starting it up, and ta-da, no Rogue on here, no Antivirus Plus. I, of course, forgot to empty the recycle bin, so that's why the scanner picked up all that stuff. And as you can see, it would have detected all of it. However, it did take a little bit of time just to delete like 4 files, so that's a little concerning, especially if you have like 300 detections or something high like that. It'll take a very long time. Anyway, let's go ahead and run the run FixMeStick exe and see how it works. It says the FixMeStick is good to go, may take several hours to complete. And let's see, is there even a Windows thing on here? Or is it just going to take me to the bootable? I think this is just going to take me to the bootable. Hope it's configuring my PC. I'm not sure what that means. And I assume it's just going to boot the USB. Yep. Okay, so I was sort of under the impression that the FixMeStick had some sort of other Windows scanner, but it appears to be simply just the Linux scanner, so I do take back what I said earlier. And, oh, okay, well, I guess it doesn't need to run with the FixMeStick. What are we doing? Well, it's not loading files off the USB, of course. I'm not sure how this is running. You know, this is what happens when I get ahead of myself and start assuming things and not actually testing all of this, because some stuff does wind up happening like this. It's not giving me an error, which is odd. Well, anyway, let's go back into Windows and see if it will actually work. Okay, so it's booting back into Windows. This is primarily just a bootable Linux deal. The executable simply writes something that on the first startup it tries to load up FixMeStick. So that's pretty convenient. It's kind of a one-click solution. And I went ahead and opened up the support page automatically. And let's go ahead and see one more function of the FixMeStick. Let's go in here, open her up, open up the run file. And there is an option to do a factory upgrade, which will, I suppose, just wipe the thing. And, oh, well, I guess it's going to download a new flash drive image for the FixMeStick, so in case if something happens to the Linux distro or you get bad updates or something, I'm not really sure what would happen. But anyway, you have that option available to you. So that's about all there is to demonstrate in the FixMeStick. Final thoughts on it? Well, it's certainly not bad. I think if you're looking at just the product itself and what the commercials say that it does pretty much everything. It's selling you the product. It's giving you the product that it's trying to sell you, essentially. It's got the scanner. The scanners work. It uses the 3 antivirus engines. I'm pretty much positive it uses all 3 of them. It's effective at what it does. Would I recommend using it? I mean, if it makes sense to you. To me, it doesn't make very much sense because Sophos has their Sophos bootable antivirus. You have Viper that has their own free bootable antivirus, and you have Kaspersky with free Kaspersky Rescue Disk, which will give you all of the same anti-malware capabilities except for free. Now, you may make the argument that those are for personal use only. However, the FixMeStick is, of course, licensed for personal use only, up to 3 PCs. So this doesn't really make too much sense to me to use, but maybe if you could find a reason to use it, it might be nice. It certainly works very well. It does a very good job. It's very simple to use. So I really can't, fault it for that. But to me, $60 a year is a bit much for something that you could get for free. So that's about all I have to say about the FixMeStick. Nice product, but doesn't make much sense. So anyway, thank you all very much for watching.